Alright, with practice and mental preparation, this tutorial will teach you how to do a back handspring. Alright, first thing you want to do before you get started is get warmed up and stretch out. This is a stretch I really like for the back handspring and is beneficial also for people who can't do the bridge stretch, which I'll demonstrate in a moment. But you get down on all fours and push up with the arms, stretching the front of the abdominals. Also remember to stretch out opposite muscle groups, so stretch out your back as well. And then loosen up the wrists and any other major muscle groups you feel that are tight or that you feel that you're going to put impact on. So I like the wrists, the legs, and then do the opposite muscle groups as well. Alright, now I'm going to demonstrate for you the bridge stretch. You do not need this to get back handsprings, but it definitely will give you some security and provide you with greater range of motion and flexibility. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to lay down on your back and you want to have your fingers facing towards your feet and then push up onto all fours, arching your back. Remember to take it slow at first. You don't need to do so much of an arch at first. You can have your feet out more and your hands out more so you do less, just to get used to the muscles involved in the stretch. So take it slow and this will get better over time. Alright, now let's look at a method for getting the main motion down and to help get over the fear. Basically, you want to squat down like so, pick a side that you feel comfortable going to, make sure your fingers are facing towards your feet just as they were in the bridge stretch, and then push off with your feet, arch your back, and pull yourself over, almost like a crappy sideways, almost like a cartwheel basically. But you want to try and progress going further and further upside down each time. This will help get you over the fear of jumping backwards for the back handspring and get you used to your body weight on your hands. Gradually progress these attempts, making them faster and getting more upside down. Alright, after getting used to turning over a few times, you're going to be ready to fully commit and go for a complete back handspring, regardless of the form. Now your early attempts might look something like this. Now this is a great start because even though the form isn't perfect, the back handspring that you do will clean up over time, adapting to your own style, making it most efficient for you. But let's pay attention to a few key elements in the early attempts. Notice how my hands start backwards and are ready to whip up and around. Alright, now notice as I'm leaning backwards, my hands are going to whip up and over my body but down to the ground instead of just straight up. Now as you notice in this attempt, I kind of overcompensated and almost did a back whip. That's okay at first, but what you want to get adjusted to doing is throwing your hands down as you're going back. I like to think of it as like a slinky going down the stairs. Now to help clean up your first one and preserve momentum to do multiple back handsprings, you want to fully extend your arms, but when you come down to your hands, you want to do a little pop off of the arms as you tighten your abs and whip your lower body back down to the ground. On top of that, as you whip around, you want to try and bring your upper body back up, bring the chest up, and ready to do another one. So get used to keeping those arms out and staying really tight and solid. In some of your early attempts of jumping off the arms, it might look something like this. You can notice my push, but this will clean up over time and your efficiency will increase. Now for doing multiple and doing them off of a roundoff is very similar. Basically every time you come back to your feet, you swoop your arms back up and over and down. And then off of a roundoff, you'll notice my hands immediately going back up and around from the ground. You'll notice how I look at the ground as I'm coming around. From my experience, knowing people who do this move as well, it seems to not really matter whether you look at the ground or not. It's the way I like to do it. I just naturally look at the ground. It really doesn't matter. Maybe unless you're doing like gymnastics standards, then you'd want to abide by their standards. But for me, this is just how I do it, so I don't have a problem with that. But you can keep your head straight if you would like, basically straight with your upper body rather than looking at the ground as you come around. Alright everybody, I hope this tutorial really helped you guys out. Now remember to keep it safe, warm up, stretch out, take your time, and you guys will get this. And don't forget to subscribe to Pygmy123. Thanks a lot. Peace.